On learning curves, an estimated 4 million children in the United States, most of them boys, have been diagnosed with ADHD, or Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. It's a controversial diagnosis. The symptoms, an inability to focus or sit still, are the normal stuff of childhood to many people. And those very same kids who can't sit still are often riveted by video games. So researchers are using virtual reality computer games to help determine who has ADHD and who doesn't. This is Brian.
Whoa. Who is that?
He's testing a cutting-edge technology which could help diagnose and treat attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, virtual reality.
It's cool, and it was a little bit weird with all the virtual reality because it looked like you were really inside of a TV or really inside of a classroom. Dang, that's the same guy.
They're drawn to it. One of the common observations with ADHD is that these kids can't pay attention in the classroom, but you put them in front of a video game and they're focused.
Dr. Skipp Rizzo is developing the new technology at the University of Southern California. It's based on similar systems he's used to treat people with social phobias.
One of the neat findings with the work in virtual reality is that an environment doesn't have to be an exact replica of the real world to have some clinical usefulness. It is enough for the person to become immersed or have a sense of presence. And that's what we're aiming for, is to make it just good enough so that a person will feel like they're in the classroom or whatever environment it is that we model.
At the moment, the researchers are just testing the technology to see how kids relate to it.
Tighten it up.
And that's where children like Brian and his younger brother Tyler come in. Both have ADHD. They didn't take their medicine before the test, and both reacted to the virtual classrooms in radically different ways.
Bye-bye.
Brian whirled around at every little distraction, looking everywhere but at the virtual teacher.
Sounds like someone needs their muffler checked. Well, in the classroom, it wasn't the noise that with all the children outside of the classroom, but with the person opening up the door, closing it, opening it up and closing it, that was kind of annoying, and so was the car honking and stuff, keep on going by. So that was annoying too.
I noticed just watching from the screen that his vision was caught by all of those distractions, especially on the first task. He was rarely looking at the blackboard, which is what he was supposed to be doing.
Who is that?
And I was feeling rather sorry for his teacher in the classroom at that point.
Did you have to do anything special?
No, I just looked at the board.
In contrast, Tyler became withdrawn, trying to shut out the distractions and concentrate on the virtual teacher. But that did not work. Tyler was so concerned about answering the questions that he ended up answering many incorrectly.
This is a stick.
He just gets overwhelmed very easily by things that are going on, visual things and things that make noise, and so those kinds of things will overwhelm him and make him very nervous and tense. It interferes with his performance, even though it looks like he's focused in. He tends to not respond as quickly or as well.
What virtual reality offers is the opportunity to manage and control distractors in three-dimensional space.
Dr. Lori Humphrey is also working on the virtual reality model.
We're always looking for new ways of assessing for attention deficit disorder because it's a difficult diagnosis to make. And part of what makes it difficult is that we all have lapses in attention at different times based on a whole lot of different reasons. And so the trick is, if you find a child who's inattentive, why are they inattentive?
The best analogy for this would be just like an aircraft simulator would test and train piloting ability under a range of controllable conditions. We can do the same thing with attention skills or any thinking ability in the same manner. This isn't a magic bullet, but it's probably what I see as one of the more systematic ways that you can measure attention abilities and then inform judgment in terms of making a diagnosis for ADHD.
Whoops.
Even if the program doesn't consistently work in the real world, it does offer one clear benefit to parents of children with ADHD: empathy.
Whoa.
It just punctuated to me how utterly distractible their minds are. Just to see the process helps me understand them even more and maybe to be even more patient with them. If anything, I could feel what it was like to be in their shoes.
I want you to pay attention to the letters on the blackboard until I say stop.
Kids with ADHD fall into 3 groups. Children who are hyperactive, who are literally bundles of energy. Children who are inattentive, who appear to be paying attention but are quietly zoning out. And children who are a combination of hyperactive and inattentive, which is the most common pattern. If you think your child might have ADHD, see your pediatrician.